It happens fast. Make the decision, take the shot.
Ever evolving situation can last a second and a half.
But you have to be able to answer for any and every time you pull the trigger. Being a sniper carries with it more responsibility than quite possibly any other job in existence.
When it comes to having to save a life, they will possibly have to take a shot and eliminate the threat.
These members of police departments from across the Hoosier State and Midwest know that. It's why they're at Camp Atterbury for sniper school.
All right, everybody back on the line. We'll have 45 seconds to fire one round into target number 1. We're going hot on the qual pack. Go!
Firing a gun, nailing the target.
Henry, 12.
This is what we think of when snipers are mentioned, but the fact is there's often as much time off the range as on.
We're telling them what they might encounter.
Makeshift classrooms are used to teach everything from using a rifle to identifying a target to ballistics.
Does that make sense?
It's all covered with diagrams, formulas, and teachers who have real-world experience.
This gives them the foundation.
After hitting the books, it's time to put what was learned to the test.
Be on the line, ready to go, have minimum 100 rounds with you.
All right, go ahead.
These officers battled the elements. This past week it was the wind. They put their bodies to the test, intentionally raising their heartbeat and blood pressure to ensure they're ready to shoot no matter how they got there. And most importantly, they practice precision.
How to be a better shooter, a better marksman.
We still need a impact for
With a member of the team under each target.
Start with letter, then number.
G12.
Monitoring each and every shot taken. No matter how many hours of practice are put in, no matter how many shots are taken, this is a gig no one here takes lightly, because they know the skills they're picking up could ultimately end with them holding a gun, someone else in the crosshairs, and with a huge life-changing decision to make.
Never know when this is going to happen to you.
It's called being an Indiana sniper. On the sunny side of the river, the countdown to sunset is on. Speakers are soundless, the big screen blank, popcorn waiting to be popped.
Popcorn is a show by itself.
But there's already quite the line of cars forming at this Southern Indiana attraction.
We usually do get here early because we like our spot.
Some show up more than 2 hours before showtime. The late arrivals find themselves waiting in line on Main Street.
The traffic gets crazy.
These people say it's all worth it. When the gates open, you get that ticket.
Hope you all enjoy the evening.
And prepare to take in what the owner calls
One of the simple things in life.
a movie or two at the Georgetown Drive-In.
It's nothing like going to a movie theater. It's more of just the whole experience.
It's just a wonderful place to take your family.
You can play on the playgrounds, play video games.
And it really still has that classic feel.
Those are people from across Kentuckiana who open up the hatch, get their lawn chairs out, and make this experience a summertime necessity.
We have been coming here for several years now.
Some for as long as Bill Powell's family has owned the place. He was 4 at the time of purchase.
Here I am now, I'm 54, and still here at the Georgetown Drive-In.
And during those 50 years, Powell and the generations of his family have witnessed cinematic history.
We ain't gonna make it, son.
Smokey and the Bandit,
Top Gun, that was a big one.
E.T.,
E.T. Home phone.
and of course,
Here we go again.
Star Wars, #1. There were so many people that wanted in here.
there's a bit of a downfall though. Drive-ins can be hard to maintain, and a lot of moviegoers were lured away when the big air-conditioned theaters started showing up on every corner. It forced close to 20 area drive-ins to go out of business.
There was the Skyway Drive-In, the Valley Drive-In, East Drive-In, Dixie Drive-In.
Not Georgetown's. They're still showing every movie tearing up the screen, including the blockbuster Jurassic World.
I don't know how many nights they've been sold out already.
So what's the secret? Well, Powell does any and every fix here, from electrical to mechanical, but he makes most of the money at the snack bar.
You sell a lot of popcorn, you sell a lot of hot dogs and hamburgers and french fries and candy, and that's where we got to make it, us drive-in theater owners.
More than anything, though, it's the customers who show up night in and night out, keeping this place alive, reliving their childhood, and creating memories for children of their own at the Georgetown Drive-In. Gamers and self-proclaimed geeks unite.
Brings us all into the same spot.
Mario, Luigi,
Mamma mia!
Donkey Kong and Arnold are back.
Get to the chopper!
In game form at the Louisville Arcade Expo.
As soon as you walk in, you hear all the bleeps and the bloops.
It may be a ding and a
Dink.
It takes imitators
Here we go!
and enthusiasts back to their childhood, or maybe prior adult days, with the games
Pinball games, arcade games.
and systems
The Atari 2600, we got the Sega Genesis, Nintendo 64s.
that defined a generation.
It's stuff that you've kind of lost that familiarity with.
The arcades are kind of no longer here in America, and they used to be like an American institution.
Reliving that institution is possible thanks to the people who have preserved the machines over the years. Louisvillians and others from around the world are loving it. Some are choosing to go as retro as each game, sitting on a sofa that looks like Granny's and playing on a TV that looks like it weighs 200 pounds. That's if the game itself isn't too dusty. But there are others who are mixing the past with today, dominating their favorite pastime on new projection screens and against people who were nowhere close to being born when the game came out.
You're gonna be Kirby?
And those people say that the Expo really brings their favorite video games to life, just as if they were Mario in Super Mario. Or Pac-Man racing to eat power pellets and dodging ghosts. A little piece of the past returning for at least one weekend.
Oh yeah.
This is a look at Indiana Cavern's new Extreme Challenge in a flash.
Do not do what I'm doing right there.
A group of 9 put fear aside to take on what lies beneath. Let's start at the beginning. You know you're in for an adventure when the day begins with a waiver,
Grab that, pull it up.
safety gear,
This is your strap that'll pull it down.
and a walk in the woods.
This is multi-adventures all in one experience.
Step 1. A safe but scary 90-plus foot climb down into the earth in this long tunnel.
Nice knowing you, Sutter.
Yeah, see you later.
You'll notice that this provides some resistance.
The only thing you can see is the ladder in front of you. The only thing you can hear is your breath. When you get to the end of the ladder, you've only made it halfway. Rappelling is the only option to get you to the bottom.
Slide it back down.
I wasn't as ready as I thought I was.
Finding your footing is the greatest challenge here.
As long as you are in a physical enough fit that you can go up and down a hill, then you can come and do this.
We did do it. At that point, we were 20 stories below the Earth's surface. To put that in perspective, the east tower of the Galt House is 18 stories. A waterfall greeted us and led us to what looked like a small river. The water then served as our guide as we squeezed through tight spots.
I got to move my way with my hands over to the right side of the passage because that's where the ceiling's tall enough for me to fit through.
Tripped over a few rocks and arrived at the next part of the experience. Kayaking.
This is taking it to a whole nother level.
You can use a paddle part of the way, but then the cave grows narrow. Ditching your steering tool, laying down, and getting creative are your only options.
Then you put your hands on the ceiling and you push your way through it.
At a muggy and comfortable 56 degrees, this part of the tour is kind of like a spa. That is until you reach the end and realize you need to turn around and go through the whole experience again.
Oh, it's much harder coming back up.
When you're done, you feel like you ran a marathon.
It has pushed me physically.
But the adventure in each member of this group had us all happy we did it.
Oh yeah, I will do that.